In the very heart of Europe, where the air is tinged with the resonance of church bells and the fragrance of centuries-old breweries, lies a tapestry of landscapes and cultures bound by an untold history, the Czech Republic. Eclipsed by tales of chivalry, rebellion, and intellectual pursuits, its terrain unfolds like a well-crafted novel, every chapter more engrossing than the last. Time itself seems to hesitate here, caught between the grand turrets of castles and the modern lines of contemporary architecture, as if pondering whether to move forward or look back. Uncover it, and one uncovers not just a country, but a gateway to the soul's innermost yearnings for beauty and understanding. This is the overture to the Czech Republic, an unending composition of human brilliance and natural majesty. Beneath a sky that has witnessed the crowning of kings and the fall of empires, the city of Prague emerges as a radiant symphony of architecture and history. The Vltava River meanders through the city, as if it were conducting a celestial orchestra of spires, cathedrals, and cobblestone streets. Here, Charles IV once laid the first stone of the Charles Bridge, a silent overture to a burgeoning intellectual and artistic renaissance that would flood the city's squares and alleyways. Alchemists, astronomers, and artists found sanctuary in Prague, just as the city itself found its identity within the confluence of Gothic, Baroque, and Romanesque architectures. Prague Castle, looming over the cityscape, isn't merely a fortress but a vast canvas of Czech history and art, a repository of narratives that resonate through the corridors of time. The astronomical clock at the Old Town Square marks not just the passage of hours but the ebb and flow of centuries, its hands ticking in rhythm with the city's heartbeat. From five-star accommodations to charming boutique hotels, Prague offers hospitality steeped in luxury and authenticity. In Prague, the past is not a bygone era but a dimension that coexists with the present, making visitors question whether they are walking through a city or an elaborate tapestry woven by fate and human endeavor. As dusk falls and the silhouettes of towers blend into the night sky, Prague seems to whisper, "I am not just a city, I am an epic sculpted by the chisel of time." In the southern Bohemia region, a scenic 2-hour drive from Prague's metropolitan hustle, lies the quaint fairy tale town of Český Krumlov. As your journey winds through rolling hills and fields dotted with wildflowers, anticipation builds, preparing you for a glimpse into a bygone era. Once you arrive, the town's sinuous streets and Baroque architecture transport you back in time. Český Krumlov is not merely a place, it's an experience steeped in history and culture. Meander through the cobblestone streets and you'll discover artisanal boutiques offering handmade crafts, from Bohemian glassware to intricate marionettes. Be sure to explore the town's culinary scene, featuring a blend of Bohemian and Austrian influences, a culinary dance that tickles the palate with flavors both robust and refined. The true gem of Český Krumlov is its imposing castle. Housing a complex of 40 buildings and palaces, it's a living testament to architectural styles from the Gothic, through the Renaissance, to the Baroque. Venture to the castle's highest tower, and you're treated to a panoramic vista that stretches beyond the meandering Vltava River. It's a view that countless artists have attempted to capture on canvas, but few have done justice. Český Krumlov offers an array of accommodations, from charming bed and breakfasts to luxurious hotels nestled within historic buildings. When dusk settles and you find yourself savoring a local beer at an outdoor cafe overlooking the Vltava, you'll understand that Český Krumlov isn't just a destination, it's a sumptuous tapestry of experiences, a captivating blend of history, culture, and the beauty of simple things. Nestled in the hills of the Czech countryside, about 30 kilometers southwest of Prague, the formidable castle Karlštejn emerges from the verdant landscape like a vision from a Gothic novel. As you journey from the bustling capital, you'll sense the atmosphere gradually changing, as though the modern world is being carefully filtered out to prepare you for an experience steeped in history and lore. On arrival, your first challenge is a steep, cobblestone pathway that leads to the castle. It's an ascent that feels like a pilgrimage, designed perhaps to make you ponder the significance of the place you are about to enter. Karlštejn Castle is not just a castle, it is an archive of legends, a reliquary of the Holy Roman Empire, built by Emperor Charles IV to house royal treasures and holy relics. The exterior is as intimidating as it is majestic, with its high towers and fortified walls that have, for centuries, kept invaders at bay. Yet, upon entering, you are greeted by an unexpected serenity. The Chapel of the Holy Cross in the Great Tower holds an allure that's hard to put into words, a sanctity that makes the room glow as if suffused with hidden light. Castle Karlštejn is not just a trip to a place, but a journey through time. It's a living tapestry where threads of history, art, and natural beauty are woven together, waiting for you to find your own place in its complex pattern. Situated just a short drive southeast from Prague, Castle Konopiště stands as a monument to the complexities and intricacies of European history. It's a stark departure from the hustle and bustle of the Czech capital, offering an intriguing glimpse into a bygone era. As you approach, the first thing that captures your eye is the imposing Baroque facade, a harmonious blend of grandiosity and delicacy that captures the essence of its multiple historical layers. The castle was originally built in the 13th century as a Gothic fortress but underwent several transformations, mirroring the ebb and flow of the European landscape. Perhaps its most famous resident was Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria, whose assassination in 1914 sparked World War I. The castle serves as an evocative time capsule of his life and interests, from the lavish suites to the meticulously curated collections of medieval arms, tapestries, and hunting trophies. Stepping into the castle is akin to entering a labyrinthine gallery. The rooms are a spectacle of art and craftsmanship, featuring hand-carved wooden furniture, Venetian mirrors, and crystal chandeliers that scatter light across the room like celestial constellations. Outside, the castle is framed by an elaborate garden, an enchanting blend of French formalism and English casual charm. The rose garden in particular offers a fragrant haven, creating an ethereal backdrop for the seasonal symphony of color and texture. Castle Konopiště exists at the intersection of history and fantasy, a physical manifestation of the enduring and ever-changing story of Europe itself. And as you leave, driving back towards the whirlwind of contemporary life, you realize that you've not just witnessed a part of history, but you've experienced a multidimensional slice of a world that continues to unfold in its own complex, fascinating way. In touring east from Prague, the landscape gradually shifts, unfolding into the picturesque hills and vineyard-laced terrains of Moravia. Far more than just an agrarian oasis, Moravia is an entrancing blend of natural beauty, cultural heritage, and gastronomic pleasures, showcasing another facet of Czech identity altogether. Moravia is often considered the heartland of Czech wine country, with a long history of viticulture that dates back to Roman times. The region is dotted with family-run wineries and sprawling vineyards, where a variety of grapes from Müller-Thurgau to the native Palava ripen under the generous Moravian sun. Beyond its rolling hills and vineyards, Moravia also houses cities and towns that pulse with history, culture, and modern vibrancy. Among them, Brno, the region's capital, stands as a hub of innovation and creativity. Exemplified by landmarks like the Spilberg Castle and Villa Tugendhat. Ostrava, another significant city, is an evolving narrative, transforming from an industrial powerhouse into a center for culture and education. Olomouc is an architectural gem, boasting a historic core that radiates from its central square, punctuated by the UNESCO-listed Holy Trinity Column. Prostějov is known as a place where tradition meets the present. The town offers an enchanting array of architectural styles, from Renaissance to modernism. And then, there is Trebek, a town steeped in history and spirituality. Moravia is not just a geographic entity, it's a mosaic of communities, each contributing its vibrant hue to a larger, ever-enchanting portrait. The saga of Czech's architectural wonders finds another gripping chapter in Castle Krásna Hôrka, a structure that evokes awe from the moment one lays eyes on it. Perched on a limestone hill, the castle surveys the rolling landscape below, serving as both a guardian and a testament to the region's storied past. First mentioned in the 13th century, the castle has evolved through different architectural periods, capturing the essence of each in its walls and corridors. If you venture into the castle's chapel, you'll be greeted by exquisite frescoes that narrate biblical stories, each brushstroke reflecting the deep spirituality that pervades the space. Beyond the artifacts and stone walls, it is the breathtaking view from the castle towers that etches itself into your memory, an expansive panorama that stretches across fields, forests, and distant villages. The castle is accessible by car, with parking facilities available. Guided tours are offered in multiple languages. Despite its storied past and natural grandeur, Krásna Hôrka is a castle not frozen in time, but rather one that evolves, its beauty ever renewing, as if touched by the eternal hand of history itself. Visit, and you won't just walk through castle gates, you'll be stepping across the threshold of time, where centuries collapse into mere seconds, and stories long forgotten find a voice once more. Emerging from the gentle embrace of the fertile Bohemian plains stands Castle Kunětická, a sentinel that has weathered centuries, yet remains a symbol of unyielding fortitude. Situated on a volcanic hill, the castle's spires touch the sky as if beckoning history itself to come alive. The castle's history is a kaleidoscope of medieval legends, military tactics, and regal aspirations. Founded in the 14th century, the castle underwent significant transformations through the ages. It functioned as a fortress, a royal residence, and even a stronghold for Hussite troops during the Hussite Wars. In each iteration, it has served as a stone-bound manuscript that captures the Czech spirit in its walls. Venture deeper into the castle's museum, and you'll find an extraordinary collection of period artifacts, from medieval weaponry to tapestries that echo the past. Each room is a chapter, each artifact a sentence, weaving together a narrative of resilience and artistic innovation. The grandeur is not confined to the interiors. Step outside onto the terrace, and you're greeted by panoramic views of the verdant Czech countryside, as far as the eye can see. For a visitor, Castle Kunětická serves as a lens through which one can witness the resplendent tapestry of Czech history and culture. The time spent here isn't just a visit, it's a dialogue with history, a tête-à-tête with the Czech soul that leaves you spellbound and profoundly moved. In the northern reaches of the Czech Republic, where the land gently spills into Germany, lies a realm of natural fantasy known as Bohemian Switzerland. Visits here peak from late spring to early autumn, when the land is a vivid tapestry of greens and golds, accessible via an hour-and-a-half drive from Prague or a scenic train journey. The landscape is a symphony of towering sandstone pillars, vast arches, and labyrinthine canyons, a painter's palette of geological wonders carved over millennia by the tireless hands of wind and water. The star of this Eden is the Prevsika Brana, the largest natural sandstone arch in Europe, standing proudly like a guardian of nature's secrets. This treasure is not just for the passive observer, it calls you to partake in its grandeur. A network of well-marked trails invites both the casual wanderer and the seasoned trekker. Paths lead you through emerald forests, punctuated by the soft murmur of hidden waterfalls and the rustle of leaves dancing in the wind. And as you amble along the waters of the Kamenais River, you might find yourself aboard a gondola, navigated by locals who are as much a part of this land as the stones and rivers themselves. Time spent here transcends mere vacationing, it's a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Mother Nature. A place where the veil between the earthly and the sublime is gossamer thin, allowing even the most jaded souls to touch the face of the divine. When you leave, you don't merely carry photographs or souvenirs, you carry a piece of Bohemian Switzerland within you, a talisman of untamed beauty and timeless wonder. Nestled in the small town of Zdar nad Sázavou, about a 2-hour drive from Prague, lies an unassuming marvel that has defied both time and expectation, the pilgrimage church of St. John of Nepomuk. An epitome of Baroque Gothic fusion, this UNESCO World Heritage Site sees its highest congregation on May 16, the feast day of St. John of Nepomuk, the patron saint of Bohemia. Designed by the Czech architect Jan Santini Achel, this sanctuary, with its unique star-shaped architecture, is a celestial tribute to the divine and the mystical. The number 5 is thematically significant here, representing the 5 stars that, according to legend, appeared over the body of St. John of Nepomuk after his martyrdom. From the central altar, 5 elliptical domes stretch skyward, 5 entrance portals beckon the devotee, and 5 chapels hold space for contemplation. And as you wander the cloister, with its repeating arches and solemn atmosphere, you find a kind of monastic tranquility that is increasingly elusive in our modern world. When you visit, you aren't just a spectator, you're an active participant in a living, breathing tableau of faith and artistry that extends back centuries. When you eventually leave the hallowed grounds of St. John of Nepomuk Church, accompanied by the fragrance of burning incense as ethereal light darting across this idyllic setting, you spot them, playful squirrels, their bushy tails flicking with youthful exuberance. And so, you realize you've been imprinted by something ineffable. You don't just remember, you revere. Here, in this architectural enigma, you find a slice of eternal, set against the ever-changing tapestry of human history. Within the heart of Czech Republic, anchored between the continuum of time and the waters of the Hôrka River, lies Castle Veveří. Emerging from the tapestry of history and nature, this fortress stands as a living monument to Czech heritage. As you journey closer, the imposing stone walls and intricate spires surge like a phoenix from the landscape, capturing your imagination as it has done for centuries. The castle's complex is an anthology of architecture, each stone, turret, and archway tell tales that stretch from the medieval to the modern era. Here, one can almost hear the echoes of knights' footsteps, the laughter of feasts, and the whispers of secrets that these walls have collected over hundreds of years. However, Castle Veveří isn't solely confined to the annals of history, it's a canvas that welcomes contemporary art exhibitions, music festivals, and theatrical performances. These modern pursuits nestle seamlessly amid the castle's historical context, embodying the Czech spirit of blending tradition with innovation. For the traveler, a sojourn to this citadel is not merely an exploration of architecture or history, it's an immersive experience that encapsulates the soul of Czech culture. As you bid adieu, you can't help but feel that the experience of being here, amidst the old and the new, the art and the artifacts, encapsulates a timeless grace, a grace that stands as a testament to the indomitable human spirit that continues to thrive within these ancient walls. In the quietude that follows a poetic journey through the Czech Republic, a single realization dawns: here lies a land that defies mere categorization, a realm woven together by the threads of past and future, tradition and innovation. Each castle, city, and countryside has whispered timeless tales to those who dare to listen, tales that, when taken together, compose the intricate, mesmerizing symphony that is the Czech experience. And though you may leave the Czech Republic, its essence, a confluence of art, history, and ineffable beauty, will never leave you. Indeed, every moment spent here is a moment invested in the eternal, a ledger in the grand account of human existence. Here, you don't just see the world, you feel its pulse, catch its breath, and, in doing so, find your own heart forever marked by an indelible grace.